First off, I'd like to apologize for the lack of videos past 2 days. Now, this channel is based on a schedule of when I want to upload. However, it does seem that some people are under the impression you make it daily uploads. It really just depends. I wasn't feeling it the past 2 nights when I usually record, and I was like, that's not gonna happen tonight. Tonight at least, there were like 3 good topics that flew into my head that I've had for a while, but just a lot of things going on in basketball. And I don't know which one I want to talk about first, because when I asked people what do they want to see from my content, one person told me they want to see it more politics, and it's like, I'm like, on what though? It's not a political channel. I'm just someone who's very interested in politics, and it happens to drive every facet of certain decisions I make. Most decisions I make based on political uh, value, I guess. I don't think that's the right word, but this one is it's what you want me to talk about. I'm not a news channel. I'm not going to go break some news about another foreign war in the Middle East that the U.S. is in. I don't care it enough to do that. That's not fun for me. I just like talking about politics when it comes to basketball, because one, I think that in a generation of Zoomers that tends to watch basketball, they're either really politically inept or they're very politically engaged. I think that, like I said, I think our generation's more polarized, and that just leads to more natural engagement. Because to get fringe outlooks, you have to actually dive in to get fringe outlooks. You're not going to become a groyper by watching Fox News, most likely. You're not going to become a lefty by watching CNN. Uh, but this is one that but I got one good one, because this was an opinion I've had for a while, and it's primarily based off of, you know, workers' rights. It's best around to put it, and that is to stop giving players shit for signing where they want to sign. I don't care that you don't think it makes parity for the league. At the end of the day, players are humans and they are laborers. If you are a progressive who watches the NBA, why the fuck do you care where a player goes? Other than when, oh wow, it hurts my feelings if they didn't go there. I'm a Mavs fan. We don't get a lot of players. We're not a free agent destination. But that does not mean that I get mad at Kyle Lowry because I wanted Kyle Lowry to come in the Mavs. He went to the. That's his decision. That is his goddamn right. I'm sorry, but if you're very progressive and you say that, oh, what Katie did was very weak, I'm like, no, shut the fuck up. You would leave a shitty job too. Well, granted, okay, he wasn't shitty, but you leave a big job. You leave a job for a better job opportunity in your mind. Fuck off. Why does Katie have to justify that to you? It's so stupid when I hear those arguments. It's like basic workers' rights. We all say that the worker should be the most important thing, except when it comes to athletes for a reason. Athletes gotta do what us the consumer wants. I mean, I guess it's a stupid meme, but progressives really be progressive, anti-capitalist until they watch the NBA, then they actually become owners. I mean, I made the joke before. You could argue whether it's in bad taste or not funny, but it is kind of ironic just to see a bunch of white business owners trade a bunch of black laborers that are definitely not getting paid their surplus value. You can do it that way you want, but it's definitely something that happens, and it's at the end of the day, who cares? They're getting paid millions, so it's not like their surplus value would change their lives substantially. But it's they're. You think LeBron's getting paid what he's worth in his contract? Fuck no, he's not. That's just obvious that he generates more revenue for a franchise than he does. So yeah, I believe players have the right to where they should go. You could argue whether it's bad for leagues or bad for narratives. And if that's your only argument, you don't like make a judgment. You just want to watch narratives. I guess that's fine. Like if you just think KD going to the Warriors is bad for narratives or like makes the league uninteresting, that's fine. But like if you think that's a statement on KD as like a person, you're really stupid. And if you think that like makes him a weak person because he wants to do something that every basic human wants, like go fuck yourself, dude. You would not like if you're telling me you would have re-signed and stayed with OKC to watch Westbrook to play with Westbrook and four other non-shooters or three other non-shooters. My bad, math bad. Like you'd leave in an instant. Like it's funny because Lillard's the only person that can stop KD is Westbrook. You know, like yeah, I bet that KD to an extent has had internalized not necessarily that comment, but like that notion that I can find a player, a star that suits my play style better. Steph Curry, and go to a better city. I was born in Oklahoma. I didn't spend much of my time there, obviously, but I can tell you from going back there, not a fun city to be in. OKC, it's not a fun city to be in. I can someone who's visited the Bay. If you have the money to be there, I don't understand why you would not want to be in the Bay Area. It's a fucking great place. In terms of attractions, in terms of women, because let's be real, NBA players do care about that at the end of the day. Women, entertainment, just great culture all around. And it's like if you want to become a businessman, or if you want to get invested in technology, which I don't know if Katie did, but it's a great place to be, and it's Silicon Valley. Who wouldn't? It's like that's why I don't get mad. Understand why players get mad at that. I guess I'm probably gonna go in circles if I keep talking about this point because it's realistic. Realistically, it's like a 1 minute point that stretched out for X amount of minutes now. Let's move on to I had two topics. One of them was the top 20 list and like rankings and whatnot, and my opinion on them, and the other was Luka signing the Supermax and like what that means for the Mavs and the future of the Mavs. I think that the top 20 thing is a point and a bit that can go on for its own video. So I'll talk about the Luka thing very, very briefly because I don't have much to say on it. Like it was pretty obvious that he was going to sign the Supermax. Like, what do you want me to say? Get Luka some help, bro. Like, get him another star in specific. Porzingis is not it. Porzingis has had 2 seasons to prove that he's it, and he's not. And it's not. He's been unhealthy, and then he was straight up bad these playoffs when he was healthy. And like, I was someone who was optimistic. I was like, give Porzingis a chance in the playoffs. Let's see what he does. And he turned out to be a trash can. Like, come on. People were saying it. Oh, they lost the Porzingis train because he's injury riddled. I'm like, he's playing fine when he plays. He was doing fine. He's just injury prone. So let's see what happens in the playoffs. Like I said, trash can. So we need a guy that can help take the load off of Luka, whether that be a secondary ball handler, aka what could have been Kyle Lowry, or uh, or even to an extent Gordon Dragic, who we should trade for. I don't understand why Nico Harrison has not done that yet. Get Gordon Dragic on the team. I doubt the Raptors are actually that stubborn. Aside Ujiri's a dumb fuck if he thinks this team is doing anything with Gordon Dragic. So we should get Gordon Dragic, or two, get like I don't know a big man that can help like one of the best big men in the league. I don't know who that could be. Uh, just someone, whether it be an extreme lob target or like a generational spacer. I mean, hopefully Cat hits the trade market soon because I would like to see what the Mavs have. Like to see if the Mavs can try it again, which I doubt they could, but it'd be interesting nonetheless, and it's definitely a worthwhile endeavor to get Karl Anthony Towns on this team, or to get any superstar on this team. I don't care who it is. I will buy a second Mavs jersey the instant that I find out we trade for like a superstar that's not that and get Porzingis off this team. Do I think Luca will opt out? Obviously, yeah. I think every player will opt out of their 5th year to get a better contract, unless Luca, catastrophically turns into a bum, which I doubt will happen. He'd have to get real injured for that to happen. Um, do I think he'll leave? That remains to be seen. I think that if this team is just another first round out for the next few years, yeah, I think he'll leave, and I don't blame him at that point. It would sting as a Mavs fan, but I don't blame him. I'd leave too. Uh, what do I see for the Mavs in the future? Yeah, a bunch of first round outs. If the status quo remains, this is a shit status quo. I'd rather get a lottery pick so we could go draft someone generational. If this is the status quo, I'd rather tank. I'd much rather tank. I would tank for Iman if that meant getting help for Luca. Which I know he's not out this round, but when his draft actually comes up, I would tank for Imani if it means getting Luca some help. Yeah, that's about it. Sorry for the inadequate uploads.